Hi everyone, welcome to Starting Up Sean. I hope you're all doing well. Apologies in advance if I sound a bit funny. I have new aligners in and they're kind of making it difficult to speak. In my last update, I wanted to spend this week identifying new traffic sources for my Kickstarter email list campaign. I found a few podcasts, a few blogs, and a few online magazines that looked like really good matches, but one stood out above all the rest of them. They are a magazine, they have a large online and offline following, and the demographics match my target extremely well. We're still finalizing the details, but the plan is to do a campaign through their social media first. And if that goes well, I'm going to start sponsoring their email list. And in the future, once we launch the Kickstarter and the actual production campaign, I think the magazine itself will be a great place to advertise. I also spent a fair bit of time this week looking for other funding sources besides the Kickstarter. It's been a bit frustrating, to be honest, spending a lot of money on advertising to try to build this email list, knowing that I'm just going to have to try to convert the people a second time as well. There's been quite a few people who have signaled that they just want to buy the box straight away, and not being able to provide for them risk the fact that they lose interest over the months that it takes to run the Kickstarter lead-up campaign, run the Kickstarter itself, and actually start production. Unfortunately, well, it's great for having lots of extra space and greenery around the house. Living in a regional centre of Australia is not the best place to network for angel investors or venture capital. And so that seems kind of like a dead end to me at the moment, unless anyone comes forward. I also looked at debt financing, couldn't find a good source for it here. I also joined a site called the Hardware Academy this week to learn more about starting and operating a electronics hardware-based business. As I've said previously, all my previous businesses have been software-based, so there's still, even with all the reading I've done, a lot of stuff I don't know. This site has tons of courses, and just looking through them so far, I've already learned a whole bunch. It's especially helpful for teaching me the things I don't know. So these are the real blind spots that I'm never going to learn just by Googling around for information on the processes. The need for other funding sources is actually what's driving my next 2 weeks, which I've decided to do both technical. In the week ahead, I'm going to finish off the web interface for the system to an MVP standard. So this means you can go on, manage stories that have been uploaded, and share them with friends and family. Then next week, I plan to build a very MVP app for mobile phones that takes the place of the box doing the actual recording. With these two, people can actually start trying out the product, recording new stories, getting that information in while they're waiting for the boxes to come out. It also has the advantage that I can start generating revenue through subscriptions to the service at this time to help fund the hardware development. That's it for this week. Thanks again for following along, and if you want to continue following along, I'd really appreciate you hitting the subscribe button.